Hi everyone, my name is Orksanga from Team Georgetown, and I wanted to make a video sharing the strategies I use to get the diamond. I have been a diamond player for the past 4 seasons, including season 9, and I one-tricked Malzahar most of the way. While I still play him a lot, I have branched off into a few more champions so I can develop a better champion pool. To start off, let's talk about why it's important to keep a small champion pool. Since you only have to queue up for 2 roles, it's never been easier to get the position you want in ranked. While you get autofilled occasionally, you can always ask to switch with a teammate. In whatever roles you decide to pick, I would recommend mastering around 3 to 4 champions, and if possible, have a champion that can be a flex pick for your off role. Having a small champion pool will help you master the champions in the pool quickly, and it allows you to focus on improving other skills, since you aren't starting from scratch every game with the first pick. For example, I mainly pick Malzahar mid, but I'll pick Vladimir or Vigar in certain matchups or team comps. When I queue up, I pick mid as my primary and top as my secondary, so if I get stuck top, I can play Vladimir in most matchups. As a bonus tip, pick easy champions. I'm a Malzahar main for a reason. He isn't hard to play and he shuts down a lot of meta mid laners. By playing champs with a lower skill floor, meaning that they are easier to learn, you can focus on other things like macro. We've all had that 1 in 12 Yasuo in games which probably could have been prevented if he had just played an easier champion. There is a bit of a stigma towards people that play easy champs, and other players might complain that you aren't good just because you were playing a low skill floor champion, but hey, you're getting the LP, so who cares? For the next tip, be sure to pay attention to the meta. While this is a very broad tip, it is important that you know what's currently good and bad so you know what to expect in your games and what to ban. I'm not suggesting that you become a meta slave, but if there's a champion like when Kale first got reworked that is absolutely crushing ranked and is easy to pick up, you can try to get some freelo using that broken champ until Riot nerfs them. Kai'Sa and Xayah were the 2 best ADCs for the majority of Season 9 and were frequently picked or banned. Even if you don't play those champions, it's still beneficial for you to know how to play against them since they were so common in the meta. The next tip I want to go over is arguably one of the most effective tips for climbing. Just don't tilt. Players can tilt for many reasons, and tilting comes in many forms, whether they go full rage like unreformed Tyler 1, or flame teammates and threaten to AFK. From my experience, I've lost more games that were winnable because someone got tilted and stopped playing their best. I rarely talk in chat unless it's give specific callouts because unfortunately a lot of people have big egos or weak mentals and can take your constructive criticism the wrong way. Your Rengar jungle may have jumped in 1v5 and entered and he even knew he messed up, but telling him he should not have been such an idiot will make him not want to help you in the future or even just AFK on the spot. To me, it does not make sense to get mad at the game, and if you feel like you tend to get upset, take a break. I play a lot of League, it's one of my favorite games and I have spent by far the most time playing it over any other game. But I would still recommend only playing a few ranked games at a time unless you're on a huge streak and the train ain't stopping anytime soon. If that's not the case, I would recommend playing around 3 games at a time or playing until 2 losses at most. That way you aren't grinding a bunch of ranked games and not paying attention to your losses and end up netting negative 23 LP over a 5-hour session. Remember, climbing quickly is all about quality over quantity. During your breaks when grinding ranked, you should watch VODs of your previous games. This is one of the best ways to improve if you feel like you're plateauing because you can see what you did well, where you messed up, and what you can change to improve. I like watching my losses and trust me, I have a large sample size to choose from. But I would suggest a combination of wins and losses so you can see what you did to win in a previous game. Hindsight's always 20/20, and you will see things in your games like the enemy jungler walking over a ward that you placed and you'll say to yourself, damn it, how could I miss that? But the more you watch VODs, the less you'll miss. Another benefit of VOD review comes from seeing the whole game play out as a spectator, which helps you develop your game sense because you will get an idea of where everyone is on the map at a given time. Something else I learned while climbing is how important control wards are. I used to think they are something supports buy, but in reality, everyone in your team should have one out at all times. Depending on your role, there are good spots to ward to watch out for jungler ganks and dragon and baron. Paying attention to the map while having a brighter map will help you and your teammates win more games. Finally, I want to talk about one last tip that gets tossed around a lot when people ask how to climb ranked: farming. Unless you're playing support or jungle, I cannot stress enough the importance of having more CS than your opponent. If you can go to practice mode or even normals to practice CSing on your main champs, you will see a rapid improvement to your rank. Hitting item power spikes faster than your opponent is so valuable. One thing people don't think about, especially if you play a lot of different champions, is that each champ has a different basic attack animation, so you have to change how you last hit from champ to champ. You don't have to have over 10 CS per minute like pro players do, but just making sure you don't miss 3 to 4 CS per wave will help a lot. In low elo especially, your laner is less likely to punish you for farming your lane, so take full advantage of this and grab a big lead in your lane. I love helping my friends get better at League, and I figured making a video explaining how I got to Diamond would be a great way to help a greater number of people. I know my strategies aren't the only way to climb ranked, but I guarantee you will improve after implementing some of these. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope these tips will help you reach Diamond too.